Hey everybody, I've been getting some questions on my social media as I just picked up my new 390 for 2020 and I'm picking up two more. So I thought I'd answer those questions in this video. First of all, I get a lot of questions about torque and horsepower, but basically I wanted to go over three things that you can do to your Duke 390, your RC 390, even your Vitpilens 401s that will boost your horsepower, give you a little bit more torque, increase your RPMs, and basically make the bike more fun to ride, right? So here we go. Here we are for step one. This may seem obvious to a lot of viewers out there, but a lot of guys just stick with the stock exhaust. But I go with Competition Works aftermarket exhaust. You can go with whatever exhaust you feel is necessary, but basically you're allowing more airflow to get out of the engine in a more efficient way with an aftermarket exhaust. Plus you drop weight from the big heavy catalytic converter and stock silencer on the 390s, but it obviously sounds much better too. So you get a few different things, but it's the first step in increasing horsepower, especially if you're going with an ECU and other stuff that we're going to talk about here. Here we are for step two. This may seem like something small, but the way airflow is introduced to the engine as well as how it exits is very important, as it's more efficiently bringing in the air and getting rid of it, the more horsepower and torque you will get. Not only that, is you will notice it more on a smaller CC bike compared to a larger CC bike, simply because it's a smaller bike. So here we are. The first thing I do is I take the stock top air box lid and I look inside and I replace, this is an aftermarket, but I replace the stock air filter with an aftermarket high flow air filter. I then take the airbox lid and actually replace it with a high flow airbox air filter lid. Now this does not replace your stock air filter unit. It just simply replaces the top lid. And what this does is increases airflow through the top here, because the stock grabs from the back over here and is just not pulling enough. So the combination of that with the exhaust is grabbing more air and getting rid of it more efficiently. So it's about 30 bucks online, and I'll give you the links below, but you know, it's a simple upgrade and it's helpful. Okay, number three is the most expensive, but also gives you the most benefits. So if you want a crispier throttle, a more responsive throttle, more horsepower, more torque, guess what? You're going to have to go with an aftermarket ECU. So there's a few out there that are really nice. I've tried them, but I'm going with the Powertronic ECU for 2020 because of this reason right here. It has a USB that I can plug in and dyno tune. So I'm going to do that next week and tune this bike for exactly the application I'm looking for. I can put the horsepower exactly where I want. But if you don't have that and you just want to get the Powertronic for a piggyback system that you can plug and play, you can buy this system and it will work in conjunction with your aftermarket air filter and, yes, your aftermarket exhaust. So within about 2 minutes of starting the bike, you're going to hear the idle start going up and down. The bike is basically self-tuning with your new ECU and reading the different systems that you've changed on the bike, whether it be the air filter or the exhaust. So it's going to be really useful for the guys who just want to combine all three applications and feel a great response. And it's good for the guys who actually can go dyno tune it, plug it in, and put, you know, the horsepower and the performance where they need it. So for me, I stunt, so I'm putting the performance down low. I want more torque, I want more horsepower. Plus this system gives you 1,000 more RPMs. So who doesn't like to give it more throttle? So for the guys on the freeway, they're going to love this system. So if you guys have any questions over the last three things I went over, please feel free to message me. I'm doing the best I can. I will reply as quickly as possible, but I appreciate your time, and hopefully you guys stay safe, have fun.